Hello and welcome back to Path of Exile, Secrets of the Atlas, and this is episode 2 of the Juggernaut Cyclone of Tumult build. Now we're using Molten Strike right now because we can't get Cyclone until level 28. We'll get there quickly, fairly quickly. We learned a lot last episode. We'll learn as much this episode maybe, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going quicker. I don't have to explain the importance of vendoring items for alterations, that kind of stuff. You know, the basics about how to 3-for-1 these things to get the next level up. If you don't know those things, you should probably watch episode 1 again. We've done some crafting, some very simple crafting, where we transmuted and made normal items magic, and then we augmented them, and we're in good shape. So let's get into the episode and have some fun. One of the things you can always do is if you bring up your mercenary, you can give them equipment. You could throw on, if you find a couple of these, you could throw on these rings, make them more tanky or more do more damage, all kinds of things. I'm not really satisfied with this particular merc, so I'm gonna wait until I find a better one, and it's only level 4, so you'll find better and better ones as you go along. Another thing we've been doing is saving up these alterations that we've been vendoring, the rares, the ID'd rares, and ID'd magic items. We save up the shards, get the alterations. Now I looked online and somebody's selling them 2 chaos for 15. So we only need 3 more of these. So we're going to keep going and we'll get our first item, and maybe we'll get 2 chaos, which will allow us to buy 2 items up here. Nice. Again, here's all the current quests. These are all the finished ones. This is the non-finished. And of course, we have to go right up here to the Prisoner's Gate. And you're just going to continue on. You're just going to put in your map and do your work, find the waypoints, and work your way through all this. And if you want the super detailed version, that there is a version of this on my channel, but I won't show you all these fights. Oops, tough right there, that little fire damage. Eesh. Alright, let's see. Knock out these guys that were helping us. There we go. And of course we'll take that, not necessarily to wear, but we'll ID it and get a portion of a alteration. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, and we have Leap Slam, so we can jump down like this. And we're looking for a transmute to get a faster attacks. We'll do that as well. Leap Slam can get you out of some sticky situations too. You can just jump right out of them. Pretty neat. Holy cow. Tough guys. Bunkers. But it should be good. This is a rare and it should drop some nice stuff. A little bit of something. And I might actually grab this for my feature merc. I can just give them a life ring if they're, less likely to be killed then. I don't like having the map on here like this either. I wish there was a way you could easily reduce the brightness of the map according to the map you're on, but there really isn't any way to do that easily, except to go back in every time and adjust it for every map. I don't want to do that. Alright, let's take a look at Mr. Frosthand here. There's our renowned. We're tremendously renowned, apparently. Chance and a Jeweler's Orb. Jeweler's Orbs change the number of sockets on an item. That's pretty cool. Any other cool stuff here? Not really. Yeah, I'll just take this. I don't want them. I don't like their skill set, so here we go. And we can jump on them and stun them. Where'd he go? Whoa! That's a massive leap slam, or a massive blink that he was doing. He's stuck against the wall? No. And kind of just leap slam him down? Possibly. Can't believe how far away he jumps. He's down here. Jeez. Guy is tough. Alright, so we got his stuff.
If you must, just make it quick.
Okay, we'll keep going. Now we got the transmute, so we're going to buy the faster attack jewel, or gem, and like one of these, and we're going to link it to this leap slam for now. Eventually we won't need leap slam, but we'll be fine. And once you get good at leap slamming, it actually makes some good speed by leap slamming around, and it gets smoother. That's why with faster attacks, it's actually a little bit makes the jumps a little bit smoother. You can actually traverse the areas faster. And now we found this weapon, and let's take a look at it. It's an easy thing to compare really quickly. We're going to look at a couple of things. The damage, and then this attack, the accuracy rate. So let's put that on there. Accuracy is still fine, and the damage went up a little bit. Now let's look at the stats. We get a little mana. The mana is the only thing different. And what about on this one? No big deal either way. Attack speed, lightning, physical, some strength, maybe a little more. So I'm okay with switching over to this one for now. We're going to address this whole weapon thing issue in a very short time anyways. Back to town to sell, and hopefully we'll get closer to that 15 alterations. All right, we're going to put some of this away for a possible merc in the future. Even the dexterity, I guess we could give that to him. And you can get the items that you give to them back too. So it's just loan them to them. We'll even throw that on there, some regen. This will be the just in case pile. Oh, we'll 3 for 1 this one. And we'll put stuff away up there. Oh, we're up to 14 now. We're going to spend one of these. We'll keep the other one right here. This is, we're going to just vendor. Found item. And chance orb. And we'll put this one right there. Perfect. Let's see what she's
Merveil.
going to give us. Nothing. We'll vendor these for the 3 for 1. Do that. Accept. Oh, we'll swap that into that. And we're going to save this one for a 40% quality recipe. When the quality equals a total of 40 or more, you'll get a special item back. We'll put that right there. Very nice. Let's buy the faster attacks. Should be right here. Second tab has all her gems that she's selling us. There we go. We'll put it right there, and that supports that. The highlights and leap slam should have a little indicator right there on there. Cool. Let's figure out what to spend our points on next. Also in the description there'll be a path of building link too, which you can look at the armor, or you can look at all the gear and this very limited passive skill tree so far. Right now I'm planning ahead for Cyclone already. We're level 13, so in 15 levels we're going to get Cyclone. So Cyclone, I would like a little bit of AoE on that because we're going to be limited on our area of attack. I would like a little bit bigger than a small little circle, so there's a couple of easy places to get some. There's a little bit right here, and there's some damage here too. But then over here is a big, this node right here is really nice to get. It has a lot of different AoE, and even the strike skills in the middle there, that actually works with AoE, with Cyclone. The strike, that's one of the very few things that it actually works with the strike skill, even though it's not a strike skill. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's well within reach. We can get this, and we'll have the AoE by then. We're going to go right here. And we can always undo this, and I've respect and tweaked this passive skill tree probably 30 to 40 times while you're, not necessarily while you're up, but especially in the end game. You'll end up doing it quite a bit, but it will be non-consequential as far as cost. There we go. And the ship's graveyard, we got to find the person. There's a little, like a hole in the ground that we have to go into, and then we have to get something, and then we got to talk to Fairgraves. So we'll do all that in this zone. And we'll go talk to this guy too.
I survived the pits
All right,
of
he looks like a tough guy, doesn't he?
Survive you.
All right, let's go talk to him.
Choose quickly.
All right, what does he want to give us? That's a nice ring. Some fire damage. We don't. Yeah, we do fire. That would help us. Let's take a look. Anything? No. Ooh, oh, we want these. These are really good leveling gloves. Attack speed. These are really good gloves. Definitely. Now, here's the thing. You could buy these for a chaos at any time. But if you get a chance to get these are great. Yeah, these are great. And I'll hold down Alt. Conduit. Share endurance, frenzy, and power charges with nearby party members. I think that counts for our mercs as well, too. That's interesting. So that's better than this. This is worth a chaos. And this is within the scope of possibilities. So if I found something super ridiculous, a divine drop, I'm not going to count that because it's unlikely that you'll find a divine. Maybe one if you're lucky during the campaign. But something like this you're going to find. And it's not that groundbreaking. So we're definitely going to go after this thing. Let's take it.
Brace yourself.
Okay. Oh boy.
Leave you in two.
The tough guy. I like face tanking these guys though. Very nice. Here, buddy. Very cool.
Your trinket then.
Now we've got this issue, which we've got to address. I like the leap slam. We don't have any other links, so even though I have this weapon right here, we don't even have it. We could put this red one over here. That's just steel skin. But this is going to be the issue, and we can solve that. We'll do it together. Let's keep going. Point to spend. Walk out of that tar, and we're going to spend the point right there. So let's see what our damage goes up to. We're at 156. We're going to spend this point right here. 168. I like it. And here's the hole in the ground. We're going to dive in there. We're going to wander around until we find the boss that we have to fight. Another guy here. Let's look at him. Maybe we'll actually hire him.
After all,
Got Dash, Frostblank, Spectral Helix, interesting stuff. Inspiring Cry. That's not a bad thing. It helps with our damage. What kind of stuff does it have? Does he have anything that's just ridiculous? Now we're looking at these. Those would be nice with the red, red, green. That would be great. What about and compared to the helmet we have on? That would be a nice helmet. Or we could just take the augment, which is 1/4 of a alteration. Out of all this stuff, I'm probably leaning towards that rarity item. Let's see. Green. I think we're going to give up on this helmet and switch over to his. Because that'll help us with this. All we have to do is get a red and a green on that helmet. We can do that.
Eagerly await.
So we're going to try to take his helmet. Here we go.
This will be easier if you hold still.
We'll use our steel skin. Wow, he's a tough guy. Some of our molten strikes might not be landing due to proximity or whatever the case is. Sometimes you have to be a little bit further away from them. Once we get to 28, we get Cyclone won't be an issue.
No choice but to
there we go.
You have it.
So we're definitely going to take this. We're going to eat it like that. We're going to vendor that off, but we're going to adjust it so we can get a red and a green up there, and then we'll be able to wear these. And that oil that you're finding and walking around in that slows you down, we're going to have a solution for that as well. All right, here's the guy we have to fight. We don't have to fight them. We could just take this, but we want to. They froze us. We're going to have a solution for that as well pretty soon. We won't be able to be frozen or stunned. I think it takes care of the stuns too, or the frozen. We'll see. We'll take that. Is that better than ours? It is. Upgrade. And we'll take that. Now when you exit, it's going to bring us right to Fairgraves. This was an improvement they did a year ago. Talk to this guy, and we give him the all flame that he was looking for. Now he gets a little upset. We're going to have to fight the creatures of doom here. Fight. Base tank it down. And then Fairgraves is going to jump down. The hybrid does both mana and health. So if you really want to do that, you can experiment and try that out. But we're in good shape. Greater life. And that. Do we have enough room for some more? We do. Wood splitter. They're all pretty big items. Good enough for now. And let's go back to town. I'll leave that. I don't want to deal with that. All right, first we'll sell off, then we'll talk to Bessel. Oh. And we're going to start IDing all these things. We don't need the transmutes right. ID as much as we can. We'll vendor that off. Off anything we ID. This. Good. Not that, but we'll vendor these 3, so we'll get 3 wisdom scrolls back. We're in shape. And just to make things easier, I'm going to vendor off 2 of those for 8 wisdom scrolls. Now we can just start vendor or IDing our heart's content. Oh, we got a new item here. I like ours better. Both has movement speed though. That's nice. We could do the improvement thing. Let's see if this will work. So, if we have up there, now we've got our 15. A good step. We're going to ID this. Instant recovery. Reduced amount recovered. This is kind of like an what you would call a panic flask. 122 life right away. But it's, normally it would be that much. I don't really think we need this. We could augment it and see what we got. Oh, we don't even have the augments to do it. Oh, we can't do the recipe either. We're going to have to put that over there for now. I'm cool with having 2 flasks like this and not an augment. So we'll put that in here. We'll put this away as well. And let's keep going. Vendoring all the rest of this. And we can make the adjustments next. So we'll sell all of this. Yep. That, and that. Cool.
Take care.
Jump over here. Is he going to give us anything? Awesome. Next point, we're going to spend right here. That's a skill point book that he gave us. We're just going to click that. You can control left click so you don't have to do the apply, but we want some more damage. And then we'll take this next. Well, how much damage does that give us? Roughly 166, 95. Grape shape. Let's take a look what we got to do here. Okay. The goal is get this item to have a red and a green. That's what our sticking point is right now. So, we have 3 shots. The chromatics that we've been picking up. Let's see if we can get red and a green. Nope. Red and a green linked. Nope. And yes. Last try. So now we've got a free glove spot in a sense. Now what I don't like about these gloves is there's only 1 socket on here. But we do have one of these. We're going to risk it and see what we get. Got 2. That's not terrible. Red, green, and blue, though, not too good. But it's something. We're giving up that. Now we're going to get this. That's on these. Attack speed. So our attack speed went up, so our damage went up. 195 to 215. We're also going to get... oh, they reduced our maximum mana. Weird. There's a downside. We had a 10% chance to get a power charge, frenzy charge, or endurance charge. Endurance charges makes it so we take less damage while they exist on us on a kill. So maybe it's all 3. I'm not sure if we gain a power charge, frenzy charge, or so it's one of the 3. Interesting. And then Conduit shares it with our Merc. Hopefully, if it's a good Mercs, then we can vendor this off. Let's go to the next stage. Which the next big step is we're going to try to do a 15 for 2 chaos. Let's attempt it. Okay, we went to pathofexile.com/trade. Go over to the bulk section. I'll clear it just to make sure. So we clear it, we go into the bulk section, and we say, hey, we've got these, and we want chaos. Search. Now, there was a guy selling 15 for 2. Here he is. We're going to contact him. And you can slide this, to whatever amount you want. We're just going to try the first one. And we'll see what happens here. All right, we'll hear it. And you could do the direct, if you've logged into your account, you can do the direct whisper and it would post this over there. Let's see if he'll do 15 for 2. just 1 chaos worth. It's a little hard to get these bulk traders to do a 1 chaos or a 2 chaos trade 3 weeks, 2 weeks into the league. We'll see what happens. All right, so he didn't respond. Let's try this guy. 9, so we're paying a little bit more, but we're only going to get 1. There we go. We're going to say accept. Put 6 of them over there just to get it ready. And we'll visit his hideout. And he's selling at a not advantageous price, but he doesn't really want to do these trades until it's advantageous for him. So, 9 for 1. And I say thank you. I leave the party. And we go back. Now, here's the thing. When he invited us, you go to their hideout. You visit their hideout, or you can click this. Sometimes it'll work as well, depending on where they are. And then you go to their hideout. And then you wait until they open up the trade window, and you say accept. Because they're getting the stuff together. You're ready. They're not. So the buyer goes to the seller's hideout, or to them, wherever they are. All right, so we got our first chaos. Let's put this over here, and this over here, and we'll get our next item. And that's the whole idea. I mean, we're paying for the convenience. The real price is probably around 6 or 7 alterations to that. So he makes a little bit of profit. There's nobody else willing to do that trade, so it's actually a fair trade. Nobody else wants to do it. He's the lowest offer. That's great. Even though we're not getting the perfect price, that's what it is. All right. Next up. All right, we're going to find a weapon. So we're going to go to not the bulk section. We're going to go over here to the item section. And what I want to do is I want to find basically any two-handed melee weapon. I'm cool with that. And we're also going to do a maximum level requirement of 14. We don't want it to be any higher than that. We're going to come down here. Now, I already have an idea of what the weapon is that I want, but we're going to say we have 1 chaos to spend. All right. Looks good. Let's search. And then we're going to sort by total damage right here. We're going to sort by that. Ooh. Level 14. And this is the Bastard Sword, the Shiver Sting. Now that's 44 minutes ago. That's actually going to be a sale. We can't be frozen. Nice. We leech a little bit of mana. Perfect. I like this one. So we're going to direct whisper him. And right away we got an answer. There's our chaos. Let's click that. We can go to his hideout or wherever he is. You can right click and visit hideout or the thing. There he is. I think he's getting stuff out of his stash. Accept. Control left click. You can hold Alt. It'll tell you the total number. You hover over this and you say accept. And then you say thank you. And then you can just leave the party. And then we'll just go right back to town. Very nice. Very simple. Beautiful thing. Holding Alt over the inventories. Let's say it's 32 chaos. You can hold Alt over it and it'll count it up for you. It'll tell you the total. Same with, you're doing bulk trades. You don't want to sit there and count every one of them. Now we have a weapon. This is a great weapon. And we happen to be level 14. This is going to be nice. Let's see how much damage it actually does. And we're going to do it out here where we might have some buffs going or not. But usually your out-of-town damage is going to be higher than in-town. In this case, and you got to take a little step just to activate it. There we go, 215. It was the same in town. Let's see what this does here. I have no doubt that this will be more. It's going to do some cold damage too. Interesting. Ideally, we'd want just physical damage, but this is okay for now. Uh-oh. No red. We're going to have to move that over there. Fine. And then we're going to move this right here. So 215, new weapon, 449. So now you see why it's important to vendor these things off. Now we're going to be destroying everything. We can't be frozen. We're going to leech some of the damage we do back as mana. This is great. I'm liking this. Not only that, we're going to put this over here so we can level up some gems if we want to in this on our offhand. Not ideal. We'd ideally have a like 2-3 socketed items here and do it that way so we have 6. You can get up to 9 sockets to level in your offhand. There's all kinds of tricks. But I'm happy with that. You guys should be ecstatic. You're up to almost 500 DPS. Great. Okay. Looking where we have to go, and it's all pointing towards this way. So we're going to go right back in here. Hopefully this zone will still be alive. It is, and we're just going to run through it. We're going to sprint. Oh, and let's see if we can actually, just jump ahead. Let's take out this rare real quick. And we're taking them down, chunking them down much faster. Beautiful thing. I like it a lot. Oh, and we have a point to spend. So we're going to get a little more AoE for our Molten Strike and for our Cyclone eventually. Right here. Bigger AoE. No more extra damage, but extra AoE. Area of effect. Great. We can just smash these guys down. Hitting more stuff. Oh, we got a chromatic. We needed that. Everything's good. And an augment. Perfect. We can do that recipe with a boost and get a 15% movement speed and a leather belt. We wanted a leather belt because our damage is through the roof right now. Goes up to 40. That was a low roll on that, but oh well. Maybe we can give it to our eventual, what do you call it? Merc. We'll see. We can take a look at this. Do we have a transmute to make this better? Don't quite have one. We will if we vendor off one of these things. What is that? What do they want us to give here? I don't think we're going to take any of these or care about any of these. Oh, we could do the volcanic fissure. Mix things up. We could do volcanic fissure instead of molten strike now. Let's do that just for fun. We're going to double check that it's enough damage. Molten strike does 449. We're just going to swap that in. And should work. Why not? Let's see. Number of projectiles, 5. Interesting. Why wouldn't that work? Let's see. Slam. Fire. Does it not work with a sword? Axes. Axes, maces, scepters. So we'll just keep it. And we'll actually level this up just in case, just for some fun. If we happen to buy a mace next or something like that, and then maybe so we're just going to level it up in the offhand. No worries. And let's go sell this stuff off. We'll ID just the rares this time because I actually want some transmutes. These little shards. I think we'll get enough of them. 4 of them. Perfect. So now we have one of these. An option here. Let's do a couple things. We're going to try to get this up, and we're going to try to get this to 15% movement speed. I think we need an augment. That and one of these. Let's test that theory out.
Hello.
One of those with movement speed, magic, augment, and that. It should give us a 15% movement speed. And what do we have here that would be giving up? Rarity is kind of nice. All that's kind of nice. But oh well. Let's do it. Oh, and we got a completion for one of our achievements that we have to do. Cool. Like that. Do we have another augment? No. But we'll throw these on and we'll move a little faster. Good enough for me. And just to confirm it, just to seal the deal, I'll just end it to this. Now we got our 15% movements. Great. Okay. Next item, we could do this. Let's transmute that into a... So we got some lightning resist. Now here's the choice. We could stick with this 446. How much would it go down? 30, so about 9%-ish. 8 or 9% less damage. But how much more life? Not that much more, really. We're at 503, which is a ridiculous amount. I think we'll stick with that. And we'll just throw this over here for a possible merc. Back that in there. Oh. Let's ID this. This might be better than the one we have on. Grants immunity to bleeding for the entire duration of that. Now we've got an anti-bleed. Anti-bleed mana flask. Let's put these away. We're getting close. Get up to 9, we can do another deal. Oh, we got 8. We're getting close to another deal. And the next item I think is at 18 is what we're going to buy. Now we're in Merveil's cavern and we're going to work our way through. We've got plenty of health. We've got plenty of damage. We're in great shape. Now if you don't, I would seriously consider just getting enough alterations to make that first trade for this weapon, for this particular fight that we're going to have. You should already have enough health. That wasn't an issue, so definitely want some damage for this upcoming fight. Got a nice treasure chest here. Let's take a look and see what's inside it. Buff going. We'll take that. I'm purposely picking the smaller items. That one, sure, why not? Sure, why not? There we go. Open this up. Oh, and she jumps us. And completely wrecked. We'll even take those. A lot of stuff already. Oh boy. Greater mana flask. Let's ID it. What does this one do? Increase the mana recovered. Removes 15%. I don't like all that, so we'll just put it. Or 3 for 1 it. Keep an eye out for those chromatics. Definitely need those. That little outline. Now we got a chromatic when we vendor that. And we have a frenzy charge and an endurance charge right up here. There's the timers for them. Beautiful. Makes us a little tougher, a little more damage. All good stuff. That raises our critical strike. So it's an interesting pair of gloves. We'll probably be keeping them for a while. An augment. Those are nice to have. We'll keep going. Into the Cavern of Anger. We'll jump around this way. Jump across. Oh, nice. Tempting to actually use this to go vendor all this stuff so we can do this fight with an empty inventory. But I'm actually going to use this to go turn all these things in. And because I'm low on these wisdom scrolls, I'm only going to ID the rare item. And then that's going to be a chromatic. These things, we're just going to vendor for the what do you call it? Let's ID this at least. Compare it to ours. Ours has reduced flat 24% now. Ours is a little bit better. Ooh, an interesting ring. 24. Now let's just vendor it. And vendor that too. Alright. Oh, vendor that as well. Okay. So we got a chunk of stuff here. And we're just going to sell these for those. And because we used the portal, we're just going to portal right back to where we were. And we're going to spend this point as well. So, this is the what I call the boring stretch. It's just, we're just going to go right down and work our way across here. There's nothing, no big gainers along the way. Kind of boring stuff, but we're just going to work our way over here. These guys are kind of fun because, A, they weren't as deadly as they were at League start. So they're definitely killable, but they have interesting items too. So let's get rid of the map, bring it up here. An augment's not terrible. All the rest of this is pretty much junk, junk, and no good sockets. So we're just gonna go for that.
Brace yourself.
I'll knock him out. Take his augment.
I lost.
Beautiful.
That means.
All right, here's Merveil's lair. At this point, you should have this weapon. Even on a league start, you're going to have enough to get this. It'll probably be 15 alterations, you'll have enough. And then you're going to have at least 400 health. You're going to have, you'll have this stuff. You'll have your 3 link setups with the Molten Strike, with Ancestral Call support and faster attacks. You won't necessarily have this, but you might have got something else. You're going to have your Leap Slam with the faster attacks just for fun. And you'll either have a 10% or a 15%. And we can augment these. Let's augment them. Because right now, if you hold down Alt, it's a prefix. And we can get a magic item, can have a prefix and a suffix. Oh, now, ooh, five life per attack. I'll take it. All right, let's go do this fight. Merveil it is. And we're just going to walk right up to her.
This is not true faith.
And base tank. What we're built for, right? Base tanking away. Kind of nice how it points to where she is. If you're like doing that, it's kind of like an automatic thing. Our healing potion still. Use our mana potion as well. And we're getting back charges by doing those. And go. There she is. We'll use our secondary healing potion. And then she jumps over here. We can't be frozen, which is great. Otherwise we would have been. There's a lot of frost damage done to us. I'm very glad that we picked up all those things and used that portal scroll to go back, because we're going to have to ID all of these. Let's ID them right now. The other thing is, when you're buying this item, it's going to be very hard for it to be able to top it. It's unlikely that we'll find something on the ground to top it. Maybe. This is a pretty good item, actually. A really good item, like a ridiculous. What's the DPS on this thing? It says 156. What's the DPS on this? 5. It's going to be hard to beat this thing. Let's see. 450? Not even close, guys. That's how good this weapon is. It does have a lot of elemental damage, which really doesn't calculate the same as just pure physical damage. Pretty nice so far. Notice how we're out of wisdom scrolls. We're just going to vendor this for the transmutes, I guess, once we get to town. Nothing else on the ground. We pick it all up. Jump through here. Southern Forest. Let's go back. Now, we're in Act 2, so we're going to have to go to Act 1. Vendor this off. And see what we can do for the... What level are we? Level 16. Easy stuff. We'll talk to each of these guys. Maybe one of them will give us something cool, but a reward. Nope, and no. But we're going to sell these things. Oh, one of them was for an augment. Odd, but okay. And we got a full one of these. Beautiful.
Take care.
And let's put all this away. And we have that. We don't have any wisdom scrolls at all now. Life is tough. We'll go right back in here. Go into Act 2. Right here. And we're going to work our way to the town. We're going to fight our way there. Did pretty well. Got the weapon. We got out of kindergarten, the very first stages of everything in the last episode. Let's get out of that fire. Eventually you'll be able to stand in those circles and not care about anything. We're going to be so strong. Wisdom scroll rich. Keep going. Well, we can't pass up the fun. This guy might have something amazing. Pretty cool. What else does he have? Got that kind of a weapon? No. This stuff. Movement speed? No. We don't want any of his gear. Not even that. Take this. Look at the stuff. He has bear trap. He has smoke mines. All kinds of weird stuff, but nothing that I want. Fight him. Use our speed potion. Oh, he dropped a bear trap. I heard the clink. And a smoke mine. Another bear trap. Throwing everything at us. We'll take his alteration. Quicksilver. And did we get one scroll? So let's ID this one. Might be better than what we have. It is reduced effective shock. So we'll just throw that on there. No worries. Equip a magic flask. We got another accomplishment. All right. So kindergarten was the first episode, and it was quite long. We had to teach you all the very basics of everything. And then this episode, we got basically through first grade. We got into Act 2. We've done a lot of trading. We even improved through a vendor recipe, got 15% movement speed. It's highly likely that you will be at this 15% movement speed. You'll have one augment. You will add your 10% magic boots already, and then sold it with one of those and an augment. You have got that. This stuff we're just going to vendor away, and we'll talk to each of these guys too. I just like talking to them to get their exclamation points off the screen. Or you can talk to them and listen to them as well. But
Stay true.
You and me. The road.
a lot of things going to be happening in this next episode. We've got this sniper. You know what? We can just dismiss the
What's
sniper.
our next move?
We're going to dismiss. Only level 4. She'd get wrecked out there. Dismiss them. You can have up to
Fine.
3 different ones. All right. Let me vendor this stuff and I'll be right back. Let's do this deal. Sell these 3. Might get the next. Oh, not quite. At level 18, we can use that. Or 17. We're just going to put that right over here. We're going to vendor these transmute shards off and get a couple more of those. I don't mind. And we're going to get level 17. Let's just jump right over here. Hop out here very quickly. Hopefully no special events happen. And we're just going to get level 17 quickly. And then we'll go right back to town. Because this is what you should be at. Roughly level 17. The next episode, we're going to get a very cool item. And because we whispered that guy earlier, let's see if we can whisper him again. I think it was 9 he wanted, right? Let's see if he's still online. We're going to go like this. And we're going to say the same whisper, right? Not the 15 orbs. Wasn't it, let's see. I'll find him again. 1 second. Oh, this guy wants to do it for 8. Let's go visit him. A little bit better of a deal. And thank you very much. Beautiful. Oh, and we went to the wrong spot. We got to go to Act 2 right there. All right, so we have another chaos. We won't spend that until the next episode because we're going to buy something that requires level 18. We're going to set that right there. And let's go over the checklist for you to have graduated first grade and done all, to this point. We're going to spend this last point. You should be level 17 by now. If not, just go out there and fight a little bit and just to sync up with this. If you're level 18, that's fine too. And we're going to go right here with our next point. And it's very cheap to respec through one of the vendors in town. Usually one per town has a respec, and we could respec if we decided on doing something different. So far, so good. Right through there. You may have found a merc that you really like. Kind of cool, whatever you floating around them there. But this is what we have. We have no merc. We have over 500 health. You should be at a minimum of 300. As this guy, as a marauder, you really should be at a minimum of 400. Health by the end of that first act, about 300 health per act. So we're above that. We're in good shape there. 400's comfortable. 540 is very comfortable. You're going to have this weapon, so our damage is going to be through the roof. We're going to be in great shape there. We got lucky with that item, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not outside the bounds of what's practical that's going to happen for anybody. And should be in great shape here. Let's double check our accuracy. We got to keep up with that. Our defense is getting a little low, but it's still plenty. If you're at 50% or more, you're in great shape. And again, you should have 3 things socketed. Molten Strike, Ancestral Call, and one of these. You meet all those criteria, you are ready for the next episode and the next level. So I hope this helps. Have a good time. If you have any questions, there'll be a Path of Building link down below where you can review all this stuff. You just click it and it brings you to PoE.ninja, I think. And but if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask. I have a lot of fun with this, and I hope this helps. Have a good one and enjoy. I look forward to the next episode. I really do. I'm gonna go fishing right now.